It's Monday, January 16th, and you know what that means? New podcast episode. And today is going to be a little bit different. You can probably tell by the tone of my voice, but instead of you listening to me talk to myself today, I have a special guest, a longtime friend, Nora here.
Hi!
And today we're going to be talking about how to maintain a good friendship. We're just going to be talking about all the things, and I can't wait for you guys to hear what we have to say, and let's just get into it. Okay. So first, I guess we could talk about how we met.
We met in high school, right?
We did. Followers of Christ, actually.
Oh my god.
That's literally
I wasn't even a Christian anymore. I literally forgot all about that.
Literally.
Okay.
So when I was getting ready this morning, this is what I was going to tell you earlier today, but I wanted to wait so we could talk about it.
Wow, I blacked out in high school. It's the parts that I don't want to remember. I just etch it out.
Right? So basically we met in the choir of Followers of Christ.
So embarrassing. That's actually so embarrassing.
In high school. We also did the talent show together our senior year.
We won
People's Choice
Award. It's basically famous.
Yeah.
So.
And then I also wanted to say that I think that my whole YouTube career stemmed from our friendship, honestly, because we recorded a makeup tutorial video on one of our old channels,
I think it was my beauty channel.
Your old beauty channel, a long ass time ago. And ever since then, my confidence recording myself has been different. I mean, obviously it took me a little while to break out of my shell, but yeah. Stemming back from that,
I'm just gonna keep drinking thinking about that.
Followers of Christ.
I cannot believe that was a thing. Not to bash religion, because I feel like it's an iffy topic, but it was so amazing.
That's a topic for another day.
Yes. Sorry. I'm traumatized a little bit from that.
No, really, literally, I was I can't wait to bring this up and see what she says.
God. What a nerd! Okay.
But yeah, and then we were after high school, we basically lived our best life, did our own thing. And
you went to college?
I went to college, played college soccer.
I went to college. I went to cosmetology school, and then I dropped out with one semester left, so I didn't finish that. And then I just worked. I worked at a couple law firms, which is what I thought I wanted to do. I thought I wanted to go get a paralegal certificate.
Oh, I can see you doing that.
Which I still kind of want to do, but I like to job hop. I like to test everything out. Right now, I'm a teacher's aide at a school. So I like to figure out what I want to do.
There's plenty of time for that. So, and then what else happened? The pandemic happened.
The pandemic. I discovered alcohol during the pandemic. Ooh. Yes, I did. I really did. And a couple relationships, I think. I'm gonna say 2. I'm not gonna count one because one was a mess. It was a hot mess. I actually talked about it on my TikTok.
Oh yeah. Before we proceed with the podcast, go ahead and plug yourself, because I know by the end of this I'm gonna forget.
I also forgot. So I'm Nora. I am on TikTok. I have a lot of, I don't know if I'm 3-minute videos, so that's why I feel a little out of my comfort zone right now. But I do story times of dating. I do a lot of relationship talks. I should take my own advice a lot of the time, which is interesting.
Shouldn't we all?
But that's basically my genre. I talk about relationships, situationships, stuff that people don't really want to talk about because it makes you confront what situation you're in. So that's what I do, and it's super fun.
Yes, which is why I thought today's podcast topic was perfect for her to speak about, because I feel like her and I have a friendship. It's one of those really good friendships where you don't have to talk to each other every day, and the whole pandemic happened and we didn't even talk.
No.
But here we are, still talking we were seniors in high school, but we're not.
I know, it's been
yeah, I saw a TikTok the other day that was just think about it. Your high school reunion is in so and so years.
I'm not going to my high school reunion.
I thought about it. Mike didn't go to his.
Okay. How old's Mike?
He turned 30 this past year.
Okay.
So this year he'll turn 31. In a few weeks I'll be turning 35. Oh my god. 25. I will be turning 25 in a few weeks, so that's exciting.
Cool. So you're a couple months older than I am.
Yeah. It's Aquarius season.
I'm a Taurus with a Leo rising. So I will never match with my asshole energy.
But yeah.
Wait, am I allowed to cuss?
Yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead. New year, new comfort zones.
I know. I try not to cuss on TikTok, which has been crazy because I cuss all the time. Because I want my videos to be out there. But they like childproof all their content
Everything.
on TikTok, so you can't say anything.
You can't talk about dirty things either.
So that's
You'll
been a
get
crazy
demonetized.
shit. You will, for real. You really will.
But since this podcast will be on Spotify and YouTube and other platforms that allow explicit content, feel free.
Okay, that's it. Sounds good.
So I have like a couple questions that I gathered here, and then there's like a couple questions that I asked my Instagram and TikTok followers. So we'll hit a few of those, and we'll just see where the conversation takes us. We are going to also talk about certain friendships and situations that we've experienced, and like how you guys can handle a similar situation. But let's just start off. Have you had a friend that was using you?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I think in those friendships you kind of know all along.
Yeah.
That is, it starts out as like, that was kind of weird. And then something else happens and you're like, I'll give her the benefit of the doubt, right? Because you do for people that you care about.
Yes.
And then after that, it's like, yeah, that's how this person is. I was friends for a really long time with somebody. We actually met through an ex of mine. And she was like a user. Like she would, I don't know
We don't have to go into details.
Yeah.
We can go into details another.
Yeah, so it was just one of those friendships like I just had to let go of because it had, like I wasn't feeling good around this person anymore. I felt more of like an appliance to her. You know what I mean?
I feel that.
Like if I could do something for her, then she wanted me around. If not, then she didn't want to hang out, or all she would do is talk about herself.
Yes.
The entire time.
No, I feel that.
So,
I have a specific friendship that like literally came to mind when you were like, ooh.
My bad. No, she's not on social media, but I just feel, I still feel bad, even though she did me so dirty. But we can talk about that later.
Yeah. Do you prefer like a large group of friends or a smaller group of friends?
I feel like it fluctuates for me. So I have like a lot of close friends. I would say like I have a larger circle of close friends that I talk to on an everyday basis. But I have like a small circle of like I would consider best friends that I tell everything to and can know that I can confide in them and they won't tell anybody.
Yeah, I feel that. I think like growing up, I wanted to be friends with everybody. Like I had soccer friends, I had band friends, I had regular friends, I had like followers of Christ friends, and they were all different. Like, do you categorize your friends?
Yeah, kind of. I meet my friends from like everywhere. So like I'll pick up friends from like work. Like I have close friends that I've worked with and I don't work with anymore, but we still hang out. And then I'll meet people also that will be friends for a couple months and then they're more of like a party friend, which is a whole nother category.
I think I used to like split them up by school friends too. Because
Really?
like you have school friends that you were like friends with in class and you were always like partners, but then you like didn't hang out
Yeah, no.
outside of school.
No. Someone to just get by
Yeah.
the either work environment or school or something.
Yeah,
that
same with
didn't
like some
really-
coworkers. Like some coworkers, like I feel like I can talk about anything with, but also at the same time, like we're not gonna go get marks on a Friday.
Yeah, no. Absolutely not.
Don't even like. Do you think it was easier making friends then, or is it easier for making friends now?
I feel like now it's easier for me to make friends because I feel more confident than I did in high school.
Facts.
Like, I was a child, so I was very insecure. I was like very much a people pleaser,
Yes.
which I'm still working on. But yeah, definitely now because I can also field out people that I know aren't going to be good friends in the long run.
Yeah,
That I'll just be cool with like at work,
for sure.
but wouldn't invite over to my house. So.
See, and like my sister, like I give it up to my sister because her friends, her group of friends, so there's like 5 of them, and they've been friends since kindergarten, and they're like all graduated from college now, and I'm like, how did you guys like not have any falling outs, no drama, no, like nobody left or came back, they've been friends.
That's impressive.
Yeah. So I'm like, how did you do that? And she's like, I don't know, we just kind of like open communication. I'm like, I think that's key.
That's really mature too.
Yeah, and especially like starting at a young age too, so I guess that like,
You grow up together, you'll
Yeah.
probably stay friends.
but I have several friends that I thought were gonna be around forever, and they weren't.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Like there's this one special situation that always comes to mind when I think of friendship. So I had this friend, and her and I met in elementary school, but it's so funny. So she was born in the hospital like 5 minutes from my hospital
Oh, that's crazy.
in Virginia.
Really?
Yes, and then we
For
moved.
the TikTok sound, everything is always connected. You know
Literally,
what I'm
literally. And then we moved down here at the same time. Still didn't know each other, but then like got into the same 3rd grade class together. And then ever since then, like we were inseparable until senior year of high school.
Okay.
And then like when we went to college, like all of a sudden she just ghosted me.
You haven't talked to her since?
Well, I would, do the whole Merry Christmas, Happy Birthday, like all the holidays and everything. And to this day, like, I wish I like knew what quote unquote went wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Because, I mean, I guess, like I could text her right now and be like, hey, what's up? But after having, no communication for so long and like,
I want to be nosy, sorry.
no, yeah. So I got her a job, and we started not working the same shifts because like our lives were different, and she needed mornings and I needed nights. And then like next thing you know, we just stopped talking. And then one day, randomly out of the blue, this is like 2 years after I quit the restaurant and everything, she said, hey, where's my do you know where like my W-2 is? And like I was like, after all of that, and like you could see,
No, but the audacity that people have sometimes.
right, and it wasn't like, hey, how are you? Like it was just like, hey, do you know when our W-2s are coming? But I had been like long gone of this restaurant, so I was kind of like shocked to even see like how many messages I sent her above the message she sent me, and I was like,
No, it is. And that's something that I talk about on TikTok all the time. And it doesn't even just have to do with like relationships or men, but like the audacity that people have sometimes. It's almost like what's the word? A narcissist.
ooh,
Which is very used loosely, but this friend of mine in particular, when I really thought about the things that happened, were just so out of pocket. And I dismissed it, even when she wasn't being mean towards me.
mm-hmm.
Because she was my friend, right? Girls are like ride or die. Like,
Yes.
she did something bad, but like we support women's wrongs.
It's fine.
All the time. But when I really thought about it, it was like, oh, that's like really unhuman. Like some of the things she would do were just like really unhuman. And then when it happened to me, I was shocked, but not shocked.
Right, because you like were expecting it to happen, like kind of like
Premeditated murder. Sorry.
premeditated murder, this friendship.
She did. She really went off the rails.
Okay, well, while we're on the topic, ghosting, falling out, or drifting apart.
To break up a friendship?
Yeah.
I like to just tell how it is. I'm very blunt with how I feel about things. And so,
I love that.
because I've been a people pleaser in the past, I kind of am more blunt because I'm just like, I don't care if you don't like me. Like,
I think that's something I'm learning. As a new influencer and stuff like that, I think I'm learning to like really accept that not everybody's gonna want to be your friend.
yeah, absolutely. When you're on the internet, like I get a crap ton of comments on my videos because it's not worth it.
No. And definitely like, speaking of not worth it, wasting your energy like keeping up a friendship
Yeah.
that is not going anywhere. Which is why I think like some people ghost, because they're like, I just don't want to waste my energy like telling this person that this friendship isn't working, but you know that they're not going to listen anyway, so you're like, well, I'm just going to ghost them. But I think there's also like something else with like drifting apart too.
Yeah. Drifting apart and somebody having a problem with you are two very different things. Like,
yeah.
If you have a problem with me, like, say it to me. Because, like, we're almost 25 years old. Like,
Facts.
We're adults. So, like, if somebody has a problem with me, I'm not going to waste my energy.
Don't just unfollow me on Instagram.
Yeah, like, don't just unfollow on Instagram or be shady or post. You know how girls are, like, post on social media or something like, tell me to my face, because if you don't, like, I really don't care.
Right.
Like, if you're not mature enough to tell me what your problem is, I'm not gonna use my energy, my time, my peace to, like, disturb myself with trying to figure out what your problem is, because it's not relevant to me at the end of the day.
Right. Like, if you're having anxiety over something that I'm doing, then, like, there's something that is underlying with you that you're so insecure, like, that you have to, like...
And what's funny is they can hate you, but still watch your everything.
Yes! I love TikTok and the little footprints at the top, because I love when I can be like, ooh, so-and-so is watching my page.
Yeah. No, and mine tells me, because people haven't figured out on TikTok, if you watch somebody's video, it'll tell them that you viewed the video. I have that turned off because I'm a creep and I like to watch everybody's videos. But, so I can see, like, if somebody I'm not friends with or has a problem is watching my content, and I'm like, for what? Like, you have a problem with me, but you're still keeping up with every video.
It's just like an ex.
Yeah, girl. You don't even get me started on that. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny. I hit record again. Do you think gender matters in friendships?
I think yes and no. I think that, because I've had male friends, like really good guy friends, who I've never had, it's been completely platonic. I've never had any interest in more.
Facts.
I don't know about them, but for the most part,
I can honestly say that I am that girl that was like, I am more friends with guys because girls are drama.
hate that for you.
Yeah, and thinking about it now, like I hated that about me, but at the same time now, like it makes me value my female friendships way more now than I like did back then.
Yeah. I think the line is, for me at least, if you find them any type of attractive, you can't be just
No.
friends. You can't. And that's why I say it can and it can be. I'm gonna just say it, like, you can't just be friends with somebody you're attracted to of the opposite sex or same sex, depending on your preference. I just think it's, for me personally, I know myself. Like, I know if I'm single and I find somebody attractive, I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna read into every little thing. I'm going to not just be your friend. If
There's
the
always
moment
going to be
presents
like
itself.
underlying root
yeah.
intention.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think age matters? Since we talked about gender, what about age?
Me personally, yeah. I think within reason. Like, if somebody was, because I'm about to be 25, so I would like friends in the same age group just because I feel like same relativity of life, what you're going through. Same with dating. Like, I wouldn't date somebody who's like 19 because, one, that's really weird, and and two, like, it's two different worlds.
True.
Two very different
See,
worlds.
like, there's a big gap between like 3 years of each generation, I think. Because, like, okay, let's rewind this a little bit. So there's this situation that I'm thinking of right now.
Okay.
Back when I was in high school, I think it would have been like my junior or senior year, I took a friend to Disney.
Okay.
And like her and I were very good friends on and off the soccer field and school. However, there was a big age difference because she was 14 turning 15 at the time, but she was playing up like in age group for soccer, which is why we became friends, because she was like very good at soccer.
Okay.
Let's just say the first day of that Disney trip, I realized that I had made a mistake.
What happened?
It wasn't like that we argued or anything. I think I just became really annoyed because like 14-year-old girls want different things than 18-year-old girls. And I think her, like, while we were in Florida, her intention was like, I want to like scout for cute guys. And I remember when my sister and I used to do that, scouting for cute guys and hoping like the guy at the, you know,
That's what Santa's gonna approve.
yes, or like the guy at the hotel service desk kind of like slips
You know, like the 25-year-old is gonna,
Yes,
gonna
yes.
hit the child.
and then
He might.
right?
He might.
But thinking about it now, I'm 25 and Mike is 30. There's, or I say I'm 25, I'm 24, but same thing. There's a 5-year age difference there, and his sister is in her 40s, and her and I are very close.
Okay.
So, I
Well,
think
and
it
it
kind
kind
of
of depends.
Yeah.
On maturity too. Everybody
Ooh.
has a different maturity level.
Yes, facts. So if you find yourself a mature 14-year-old, I guess.
I don't know if those exist. I was not mature. I don't even remember being 14.
Right? I don't even remember being.
That was over 10 years ago.
Yeah. Also, Phineas and Ferb is coming back.
For real?
Yeah.
I fuck with that. I fuck with that heavy.
So I did get asked, how do you know when is a good time to cut off the friendship?
Ooh, that's a good one. I think when you don't feel good around the person anymore. And I think that can go for any type of relationship you have with anybody. Family, friends, relationships.
I hate the like feeling of being clenched. I use that a lot. Like when
Stressed.
like when your like butthole is kind of clenched a
Yeah.
little bit, and it's kind of uncomfy.
Us
Like,
after the champagne.
literally.
I think friendships can either like die in two ways, like just kind of fade out, or something happens and you have to walk away, or when you just don't really feel like you. I mean, I say it this way: if you don't feel comfortable enough to get like tipsy around somebody,
Yes.
or be vulnerable, or to share information
Yes.
with that you feel like you can't trust enough to tell other people, like that's a sign of maybe this person doesn't have my best interest and it's time to let go.
Yes.
Like energy vampires just sucking the
Yes.
life out of you.
Okay, I
or
love the way you put
putting
that.
you in like bad situations constantly. Or like if you're in a relationship and you have a friend that wants to go out and party and wants you to be her side, what is it called?
The wingman, wing lady.
Wingman, or what puts you in situations that won't make your partner comfortable and doesn't care, you know? That's not caring about you. That's caring about that they get to do what they want to do and someone gets to go with them.
Yes.
No matter the circumstances.
Okay, so how do you feel about like maintaining friendships while you're in a relationship?
Your friends can speak their mind on it if they're concerned for you. I just think it all comes down to like open communication. And then also it's a red flag if your partner hates all your friends for no reason.
Yes.
I think that's a red flag. Now if your partner's like, hey, maybe so-and-so isn't a good friend because she stole from you over and over again, like valid, you know?
Alright, I think I have like permanent rose-colored glasses on for everybody.
I think so too. I think I do too.
And I just kind of like, you know, like you said earlier, give people the benefit of the doubt. And I'm like, you know what? I can use my sunshine and change this person. But then at the end of the day,
They just take what they can from you and
yes,
nothing else.
yes, facts. Okay, so why do you think friendships last longer than other friendships? Certain friendships.
I think genuine friendships last longer.
Facts.
I think someone can pretend to be your friend for a very long time, but eventually the truth comes out or something happens and it makes it more clear. You can just start to tell by your friendship in general. But I think, like I have a close friend and we've been friends since we were 10 years old. And it's a very genuine friendship. And like we've argued obviously because it's just part of being friends with someone, but like it's genuine, so like we always end up being fine.
For sure. I have a friend that I grew up with in Virginia, and then her and I moved to Georgia and she moved to one of the Carolinas, and now she's in Florida. But her and I like have remained friends throughout
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, well that's what I mean, like when you have a genuine friendship with someone, it's gonna last because there's no reason why it wouldn't.
Right.
You know, so.
I also have another question from a follower that we can talk about. And it is, what do you do when you have two friends in the same circle that don't get along? Do you try to make them get along, or do you try to hang out with them separately?
Separately, I think. I think that's better.
Yeah.
I've had friends that don't get along, and I just wouldn't put them in the same room because, like, who does that benefit, you know?
Yeah. Because what if they end up like killing each other?
Well, and it's one thing if it's like, hey, we're all gonna have a game night or whatever, and you know, maybe don't have them in the same room. What versus like your wedding? Like, okay, you want them to be your bridesmaids. They're gonna have to suck it up and get along because they both care about you.
Yes.
So there are instances where they would have to be in the same room, but like, don't push it, because like you wouldn't want somebody to do that to you, right? If you didn't like somebody,
Facts.
you wouldn't want to be put out of your comfort zone.
Okay, speaking of bridesmaids and weddings and stuff, so we're at the age where all of our friends are getting engaged or married or having babies.
Oh, I had a baby. So yeah.
So when I was young, I remember like having my specific group of friends that I, you know, the ones that I thought were going to be there forever, and I'm like, okay, I picture all of them in my bridal party, blah, blah, blah. How do you feel when a former friend has a wedding and you're not invited? Do you like
How close?
exert your energy caring about said situation, or
Have y'all not talked in a while?
yeah, I guess it doesn't matter because like there's friends.
I mean, if you guys haven't talked in a while, like I think it's valid to still have some type of feeling towards it, but don't exhume energy trying to figure it out. I think if you were like talking to somebody every day and they had their wedding and didn't invite you, that'd be different.
Yeah, and
You
you're
know?
like, oh,
Yeah, that'd be different. Like, okay, say they're having their freaking wedding in Canada or Switzerland or someone far, and they want a small. Okay, that's different. Like,
yeah,
but if it's like down the road and they don't invite you, I think that's rude. I think that's weird too.
yeah. I was thinking about that because like my friend or my sister and I were talking about this the other day. She's like, when you and Mike get married, like who would be in your bridal party? And I was like, crickets. Had you asked me that when I was 16, I would have listed off like 10 girls.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Now, I think I would have maybe my sister.
I think if I had to make I'm not even engaged.
No, right? Like we're talking about future wedding plans when we're not even.
Maybe have like 5.
Yeah, I think like 4 max. I like immediately come to my head.
Yeah.
But a lot of my friends also live out of state, which I think is interesting. So I come from like a program, like a pharmacy program where everything's online. So I've made a lot of my friends online, and I think maybe you could say the same thing because you're huge on social media. So like, do you have a lot of like online friends?
No.
No?
No, because like I don't know. Like I feel like because my TikTok blew up so fast, I feel still new to it, even though I do have a larger following. I still just talk to the same friends. Like I have like followers of mine that like message me and I'll message them back, and I guess I would consider them friends, but like I don't like know them as a close friend. But I still like chat with people every now and then.
Yeah, I feel that.
It's antisocial.
I think too though, like growing up, like growing older, I have become more antisocial.
Oh no, for sure.
I think it's easier to FaceTime somebody and Zoom somebody and just talk to them that way than hanging out in person.
Yeah.
Because it's still the same thing, like, and hanging out with the person, just not physically.
For sure, and I would rather, like, I used to go to the bars a lot.
I can't say the same.
A lot. But I'd rather, I'd rather now just, like, drink at home with a friend.
Yeah.
Or, like, have a glass of wine and then go to bed. Because, like, Uber, and then the chaos. And then something always happens when you go out. Like, something always happens.
Okay, well, that, kind of segues to my next question. How do you know when to stop making excuses for said friends that have done you dirty?
So I'm a tried and true believer in take it till you hate it. Like, really, with relationships and friendships. Like, when I broke it off with that specific friend, I had a breaking point.
Take it till you hate it.
Mm-hmm. I had a breaking point, and I literally, it was like 1 o'clock in the morning. I dropped her back off at her house, and I was like, I never want to speak to you again. And I unadded her on everything, and like literally everything, down to Facebook, Twitter, like every little thing that I had her on Snapchat, gone. And I couldn't do it anymore. Like I'd reached my limit. She had texted me the next day to talk about it, which I did tell her up front, because like I said, I'm very upfront. If somebody asks me, I'm going to tell them. I don't think she's a bad person. I don't think that, she's evil or anything like that. I just don't think the friendship was healthy anymore to me. And so, yeah. And then when I do that, even with relationships, I'm like, I have no regrets because I tried to make it work and it didn't.
Right.
And I don't want it anymore.
Okay, so then what do you do when you do confront somebody and it kind of goes in one ear and out the other, and they kind of like send you laughing emojis to kind of like make the situation lighthearted, but like...
I think that's, first of all, very immature. I think if you're asking somebody to be vulnerable and explain themselves to you, and they do, and you come back at it very, what's the word, confrontational or joking manner, I think if that happened to me, I'd be like, okay, I did my part.
Okay.
The ball's in your court, you know, and I'm not going to stress myself over it anymore.
Yes, I think that's where I'm at right now in, certain female friendships.
Mm-hmm.
The ball is in their court.
Yeah, because like I said, like even if I've had falling out with friends, like I don't hate you. Like,
okay,
we were very good friends at one point. Like,
mm-hmm.
I confided in you in a lot of stuff. You confided in me. Like, and even the people that have done me down to the bone dirty, like
I will rekindle that friendship.
If we can have a constructive conversation about it, if you are more mature, and also like
reciprocating.
Even if that friendship never heals, like I'm never gonna tell your secrets. I'm never gonna take advantage of stuff that you confided in me, because like I still care for you as a person, even if you aren't in my life anymore.
Yeah, for sure. Do you have any friends currently that are ghosting you?
Yeah, actually. I've reached out to her a couple times because I feel like we didn't have anything, like a big argument or anything.
Mm-hmm.
But she just stopped we used to talk every day, and now like we haven't talked in like a week or 2 weeks. So like I said, I would just leave it. Because I reached out to her when I noticed something was weird. And I was like, hey, how are you doing? And she responded really blandly. And I was like, we should hang out soon. And she was like, yeah, we should plan something. And that was it.
Mm-hmm.
Making 2023 my motto is like, I'm not putting my energy in it if the other person isn't reciprocating.
Facts.
Because like I've used way too much of my time throughout the years, especially like my early 20s, trying to please everybody and trying to, if somebody didn't like me, I would obsess over it. And I'd be like, why?
I'm an eggshell walker for sure.
And I'm just like, I can't do it anymore. So I just, like, I still care about her, like I said, but if something happened and she doesn't want to like come to me about it, like, have a nice life. Like, I don't really care.
Yeah,
like fix it. If I did something to offend you, but you're not going to tell me, like, how am I supposed to know?
How am I supposed to know?
Yeah.
Yes. No, I totally feel that. There's, like, how long do you keep trying to, like, kindle the fire?
Oh, I've stopped trying to kindle the fire. I reached out one time.
Okay, so is it like one time or 2 times that you're like...
I think one time. I think, because especially if they're in our age range, like, we're all about to be 25 years old.
Mm-hmm.
We're grown. Like, we're fully in our mid-20s.
This is crazy.
I know.
To think about, like, when we, like, followers of Christ to now.
Stop bringing it up. But yeah, like, for real, it's just, I think, like, the key word to this entire recording is maturity. And I think, like I said, not talking shit, but why would I waste my energy when you're not putting anything into it? And like I said, you can go for all relationships, even family members. As a family member starts reaching out to you, try once. I think that's part of growing up. Friendships shift. it's not so much we're having sleepovers every night or every weekend. It's just more like life partners.
Yes. I think friendship is such a subjective word.
Yeah.
Like it's for
Yeah.
like it's up to interpretation, I guess, for different people.
Like my one friend Lupe, that was just my ride or die.
Mhm.
Like I will, and we're both the same way. Like we have a lot of stuff going on all the time. So we'll go through times where we'll hang out for every day for a week, and then we won't talk for a month. But like neither one of us are gonna be like, that bitch didn't text me today, because it's just like, you know, you have a life, you have stuff going on. So the key is just communication, I think, at the end of the day, and maturity when it comes to any type of relationship.
This is so fun. Love that I'll have more than 15 minutes to talk about.
Do I have armpit stains? Cancel that out. Cancel
Can I
that
put that in? Were you just saying?
No, you're fine. I really don't give a fuck. But you can keep that in, but if it shows that any other clothes, take it out.
I will, yeah.
It has to be purposeful.
Purposeful, yeah.
Okay, so somebody asked, can you be friends with your ex? What do you think?
Ooh, I think it depends.
I think it's an iffy comment.
I started and want to say no, but I think it depends. Because, I only say this because I've had, like I said before, I was the girl that was like always, oh, I'm mostly friends with guys because, but I also have a couple exes that I can say that I don't want to say friends because like I'm not friends with them. Like,
Okay.
we left on good terms where like if they saw me in public, we could say hi and bye and be fine. But there's no like friendship type interaction where we're like, hey, let's meet up on blah blah blah.
Right.
But then there are some exes where if I saw said man walking on the street, I will literally take the Glock out.
Right. Yeah, I feel that actually. So I actually stayed friends with an ex.
On purpose?
Yeah, on purpose. And it ruined my relationship. And I will take full accountability, where I don't think it's a good idea. I dated this person for 4 years, and we just really didn't really know how to let go, even though there were no romantic feelings left.
Yeah.
But
I think with all that history, there's
Yeah,
always just like
I think even though it was platonic, it wasn't healthy. So I'm a vote that no, you shouldn't be friends with your ex.
Okay. I can support that.
At all.
I
don't
definitely
think
can
you should.
support that though, because like maintaining a healthy relationship also can be affected by like bringing up the past and who you dated in the past.
Yeah.
And like you can't hang out with your ex without thinking about things that you did before.
Right.
There's no way. No way. I don't care who you are and what you say.
No,
you
and
are always going to be thinking about things that you've done in the past with that
Well,
said
and
person.
I'll take full accountability. Like that was me. Like that was immature. That was rude.
But I think it's like
But-
also embedded in our human brain. Like,
But I also will say the person I was dating at the time was really did some fucked up things, and and he's gonna watch this. So I will say,
you know who you are.
I will say, my bad, but but it's not allowed to matter. It's really not allowed to matter. I will say my bad, but we've had a discussion about this. I don't want to hear about it.
Okay. All right. Well, that I think kind of wraps up our topic about friendship.
We're gonna celebrate with one more glass of champagne.
Yes, we are. We're gonna probably go drink off camera.
Do we less?
Maybe on camera.
On camera.
She's trying to kill me.
It's a holiday. It is a holiday.
Speaking of a holiday, it's MLK Day, you guys.
Damn.
Do you want some of mine?
It's the same amount.
Is it?
Yes.
I don't think so.
I can't see.
I love that you were like good on like quantities though, because had that been me, I would have bought like the actual big orange juice and you would have had leftover orange juice.
The big orange juice was $12, so it was more so financially. So and we just got lucky.
But you can go ahead and plug yourself.
Okay, I'm on TikTok. Nora13 is my main following, so check me out there. I love to meet some of you guys.
Yeah. I'm so glad that she joined me on today's podcast. Thank you for letting me.
Thank you. It's my first podcast.
Yes, I'm
That's
so
so
glad
exciting.
that she was my first guest. And I don't know why we're choosing again, but it's fine. But you'll catch me every Monday with a new podcast episode. You'll find me on Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon Music, all the platforms. So go ahead and give my podcast a 5-star rating. Hit the follow or subscribe button depending on what platform you're on. And I'll catch you next Monday. Bye.
Bye, guys.